time for us to go live, so rep your city. I really would appreciate if y'all roll with me. Feeling this music cause it makes me wanna step. And if you don't want to, then you lying to yourself. Cause every time we party, we gon' have fun. I don't know about you, but I'm a rep where I'm from. The south side of the CHICAGO. Ain't gotta be related to me, but you're my people. We all equal, no big eyes and little you. Cause if you're from the shy, then that means we all crew, right? Right? I knew you would agree, like my man Black Ice and big homie JMD. Shout out to Spree for blessing me with this track. So just put it on loop, rewind and play it back. I made this for you cause Chi-Town is my home. Cause this is your joint, no lie, this your song, come on.
Welcome to the RIC Live. If you feel good, put your hands up high. And if you rep the hood in the city of the Chi, this is your joint right here, no lie, no lie. Welcome to the RIC Live. If you feel good, put your hands up high. And if you rep the hood in the city of the Chi, this is your joint right here, no lie, no lie. Play the red line like Solo, walk like DA, command like the General. Salute to all the DJs, throw this in your favorite, put this on replay. I'ma run it back, this a hip hop relay. Let's slow it down, move to a smooth pace. My flow straight, might end up in your place, in your space, spitting bars in your face. I don't waste no time, I'm getting paid. I'm the only one that can stop my flow. I show up every day cause this all I know. I create, I produce, yeah, I put on a show. What's your name? Mugshot, player, there you go. Like Nate and Luda, I got area codes. I'm in and out of state doing music for dough. While y'all fake working in the area, yo, I'm screaming Chi-Town until they bury me, bro. Come on, welcome to the RIC Live. If you feel good, put your hands up high. And if you rep the hood in the city of the Chi, this is your joint right here, no lie, no lie. Welcome to the RIC Live. If you feel good, put your hands up high. And if you rep the hood in the city of the Chi, this is your joint right here, no lie, no lie.
Let the DJ spin the record while I control the mic, and let's celebrate like this the last night of your life. You see the lights every time we take flight. Day and night, our skyline be so bright. Wow, it's beautiful, no other place like this. The only city you leave and you get homesick. What's wrong with all the world thinking we don't show love when we in the club and just be shooting each other up?
Like that at all.
I rep my city, something that I do regularly. Been around for a while, but now I'm a new celebrity. Cameras on me, guess it's something like an interview. Asking me questions like, what is you finna do? Nothing trivial, nothing too complicated, nothing subliminal, nothing you gotta X-rated. So put your hands up, cause finally we made it. Windy City, this for you, can you appreciate it?
Welcome to the RIC Live. If you feel good, put your hands up high. And if you rep the hood in the city of the Chi, this is your joint right here, no lie, no lie. Welcome to the RIC Live. If you feel good, put your hands up high. And if you rep the hood in the city of the Chi, this is your joint right here, no lie, no lie, no lie.
Yo, what's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Welcome to the RYC Live set this evening. I am your host for tonight's show. My name is Artistic, and this is Throwback Thursday. So we are going to bring it to you as usual. We always come with something interesting, something fresh, something unique, some history, some education, some entertainment. And as we do all of these things and many more, we always continue to rep our city. So tonight we have a special guest. We have one of Chicago's legends, a man that has put in work for some close to 40 years, right? You know, in this game of hip hop that we know and love, dwelling and coming from the west side of Chicago, a man that has practiced pretty much all the elements, you know, just full blown out, you know, and, you know, a Chicago legend. What else can I say? You know, without further ado, let's bring our man, our homeboy, Mr. Chicago Threez.
What's up, bro?
How you doing, man?
Peace, Chicago. Peace. All right, how you doing, man?
I'm chilling. So, hey,
That's
man,
what's up.
welcome to the show.
Man, I'm glad to be here, man. Love what you brothers doing too, man. And we're gonna make this happen. We're gonna make this something really special. It's already special. More
That's
special.
what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Well, you know, our job is to, you know, HBK done some great things for us, you know, and
Yeah.
we're just trying to return the favor to people, you know, of our peers and people of the future.
That's what it's about, bro. Culture all day.
Word up.
All day.
So
Mm.
let's get right into this session. You know, I like to always go all the way back to the beginning and try to get a summary from our guests. But I can remember 1980, right? And there was a song that came out that was real popular called "Another One Bites the Dust." Tell me about what was going on with you during that time in regard to that song.
Actually, it was about 3 songs. Another one bites the dust by Queen. We had one by Herbie Hancock called Stars in the Sky. And my cousin Ivan Christopher sang lead on that. You know what I mean? The Breaks by Curtis Blow. But another one bites, I remember it was a guy, his name was Not. It had to be like 1980. I know I was 9 years old. And this guy, he had to be about like 11 or 12. You know, and I'm standing out in the front. And this is don't, boom, 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 you know. And he comes past the crib, right? And he's moonwalking, right? He said, Ian, what you know about this? He's moonwalking. You know what I'm saying? Hey, how you do that? He was like, look, come here, let me show you, right? And he showed me how to do it. You know what I mean? And he was like, yo, you're gonna have it in no time. Look at you, right? You know? And then he was like, now check this out. He was popping, you know. And that was my earliest memory, you know, going into that. And I mentioned my Stars in Your Eyes by Herbie Hancock because Gavin Christopher is really pivotal. That's my cousin. He grew up in the same household I grew up in on the west side. But what he ended up doing was he wrote Once You Get Started for Shaka Khan, but he also produced Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 second album. You know what I mean? And
Nice.
also produced he's also the one singing on Breaker's Revenge. You know what I'm saying? On B Street. You know, so he was really pivotal, you know, in me like grabbing the culture, even though I didn't even know exactly what he was doing at the time. You know, I was kind of like thrust into the culture by default because I was a b-boy, and then you know what I'm saying. It just evolved from that point. You know, it went into uh hearing Melly Mel, who I think is the greatest of all time. You know, on New York, and B Street Breakdown, and seeing that scenery that he created lyrically and poetically was all around me. You know what I mean? And it just captivated me. And I mean, you know, his prophetic uh thing in B Street saying, all you hip hops get on up. Let's take it to the top where we belong because the age of the B Street wave is here. And it happened. You know what I mean? And I was like, you know what I'm saying? That, you feel me? So you got to come up in that era and appreciate that to understand, you know. And that was about like, I remember my mother loving like hip hop. She loved the Sugar Hill Gang, and she loved Curtis Blow. And
Mhm.
she never got around to really seeing Flash because she passed in '82, and she never got a chance to see Flash or the Run DMC or the culture just evolve into what it eventually became. You know what I'm saying? So it holds a real sacred spot for me. You know what I mean? And so far as my introduction into the culture.
Nice. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. And I know it's one that you'll never forget. But let me ask you, What breakdancing crew was you in, or did you have one?
No, actually, you know, I didn't have a break dance crew. You know what I'm saying? I was basically around a lot of crews. You know what I'm saying? TWR, Together We Rock, RJC, Rock Jamming Crew were the two basic crews that I would be around. I was b-boying for I say about 2 or 3 years, and then, you know, once I wrote my first rhyme at 12, like it was like, you know what I'm saying, that took over. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so that aspect took over from that point forward. You know, I was in 7th grade, and I never forget. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, you know, it took over from that point. Being in steps, you know, at 15, you know, with all of those legends, with Akbar, with Icy, you know what I'm saying, Chili T and Black Magic, 13, you know what I mean, MC Divine and OTR, being in that element, you know what I'm saying, with all of those legends, and the Tricksters and Slangs and Orcos and, you know what I mean, Spike, you know, and all of these guys, and then joining joining the nation in 87, because Steps was 86. I think it was the summer of 86. And I joined the nation in 87. I think you were there at the Wall of Fame. It was the
Yep.
winter of 87. You know what I mean? Super LP was out there, K-Light. Yeah. You know, joining. And then later that year, we opened up for Flash and the Furious 5 at Da Vinci Manor as FIO crew. You know what I'm saying? And so it was just like, you know, me and Bops, you know, Taco Bops, we been knowing each other since kindergarten, you know, live straight, like down the street from each other on big wheels, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we come in this thing like together, like, and it's really deep as far as the musical backgrounds, but as far as hip hop, you know what I'm saying, it's real sacred. You know what I'm saying? So that year, opening up from Flash and the Furious 5, the next year, we win the Chicago Music Award for Best of Rap in 1988. You know, and it's just Chicago got a deep history. Is what I'm saying. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Now,
Yeah.
now, Threez, you also have a background in writing. You actually was
Yes,
a
sir.
writer as well. Can you
Yes,
talk
sir.
about that a little bit?
Well, yeah, you know, like coming up, you know, on the West Side, I was like a couple of blocks away from Trickster. Trickster's really uh instrumental in me becoming a writer. You know what I'm saying? I would see his pieces around. You know, first he was Mr. Tricks because he used to be with Rock Jamming Crew and he was a b-boy with them. And I met Tricks through Bops. It was a guy named Reckless in Rock Jamming Crew. He had a sister named LaGuida, and Bops had a crush on her. You know what I'm saying? And he met Reckless through her and ended up meeting Tricks. You know what I'm saying? And then I consequently ended up meeting him also, you know what I'm saying, later on. But I would see his pieces, you know what I'm saying? And he was very instrumental. In fact, he's the one that put me on the wild style. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't, you know, and Star Wars and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I hadn't dove that deep. You know, I was in the b-boying and I was in the MCing, but I had dove that deep into the grab part, which is a very significant part of hip hop culture. You know what I mean? And he was very instrumental in that. And so, you know, for meeting him, you know, I was writing Dane one, Dane one. Uh, we started the FIO crew. We had Comet, you know what I mean? And, you know, Comet was doing TAC, Ron was doing TAC, Slang was doing Def, and, you know, all of that stuff. So a lot of that stuff was happening, like right around the same time, you know what I mean? And so those guys are like really big influences insofar as me and, you know, being a graffiti writer. But it was just the MCing started to kind of take off kind of early for us, you know what I mean? And we was doing shows early and doing a lot of stuff early, and you know, it kind of the other elements kind of took a backseat at that point. That's all that was.
Okay. You mentioned you mentioned Steps. which
Yeah.
was a spot where a lot of hip hoppers used to go back in 1986. Tell us a little bit about what that was like for you and your experience.
Bro, like when I first walked in, it was crazy. It was like some Crush Groove shit, bro. Like you had two big ass bodyguards, a black dude and a white dude. You know what I mean? And they're sitting up, be like, man, you got any markers and shit? You know, because they knew we was all writers and shit. You know what I mean? He said, you got any markers? I said, no, you can check me. He's like, no, I ain't gotta check you, man, because if I catch you in there writing, I'm gonna beat your ass. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, all right, you know, cool. You know what I mean? But it was just when I look back, hindsight is 2020. It was a very positive experience, bro. And it's like, you know, I've developed friendships to this day from that party. I mean, from those parties, from that era. You know what I'm saying? Lasting friendships, you know, to this day. And so it was just really a place that I thought that at the time that if you were significant or relevant, you had to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's something that everybody always points back to. It's almost like Kool Herc's party in '73. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you wasn't there, it's like you're missing a lot of key people and key moments. You know what I mean? Not saying that you're not official because we got a long history, but that's the cradle of it all right there. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Steps.
Nice. Let's talk a little bit about the development of your name, because obviously you had more than one name over all of these years.
Right. Yeah. Well, the beginning, you know what I'm saying? You know, hip hop, you know, last name Blake, you know, they would call me Blake the Snake, you know what I'm saying? And I was popping, you know what I'm saying? So it became Snake Rock, you know what I mean? And, you know, one of my homeboys from the neighborhood, one of my homies, he used to always be like, he used to always trip off my third, like when I would write a song, he would always trip off my third verses. You know, he was like, man, he would start calling me third verse because he was like, your third verses are the strongest verses, you know, ever, you know. And so he'd always call me third verse, then three for short, you know. And so I adopted that, you know, third verse and then three, and then it eventually became Threez. But it's a very spiritual significance behind the number three, of course, you know, with man, woman, and child, sun, moon, and earth, you know, consciousness, yin and yang, you know, as I talk about in the Osiris video, you know, it goes back. It's a very spiritual number and a number that is very powerful. Actually, I have three children, and all three of them are born on days that are multiples of three.
Wow.
I mean, yeah. You know, my oldest is the 21st of February. My next is January 9th, and my youngest is September 30th. You know, and it's you know, so I mean, it's a very significant number, definitely. You know, and it's one that I you know, just build off of and always attempt to personify. You know.
Nice. That's what's up. Hey, you know, y'all watching, this is RYC Live Show, and we want to thank everyone for tuning in. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to be right here with us tonight. We have our special guest tonight, Mr. Chicago Threez.
Chicago.
Legend of Chicago. And, you know, let's go to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to pick up where we left off.
Welcome to the RIC Live. If you feel good, put your hands up high. And if you rep the hood in the city, this is your joint right here. No lie. Welcome to the RIC Live. If you feel good, put your hands up high. And if you rep the hood in the city, this is your joint right here. No lie.
Welcome back once again to the RYC Live Show. That's Rep Your City, right here live in Chicago, coming to you broadcasting around the world. So, and we have our homeboy, Mr. Chicago Threez, with us tonight. Yeah.
Yo, what up?
Hey, there was another name that you had that I remember used to go by, the Strangler.
Yeah, we was getting into the dark styles back then, the nightmares and the titans and all of that type of stuff. So, it was a, stage where I was just like, rapid fire. In fact, I had performed that at the Club UN with Twist and Do or Die like in '93, you know, and Curtis Blow hosted the event, you know, and that was like a very memorable moment for me because you know what I'm saying. He approached me and was like, "Yo, that flow is just incredible. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? This and that, man. Like what the hell, And I'm like, "Yo, I mean, like this is Curtis Blow. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, bro, that's the highest compliment. You know what I mean? And it's a very memorable moment. And that joint was like really pivotal for that moment because it was just like I don't know, man. It's just a rush of energy. You know what I'm saying? But it was really like a style more so than the name. You know what I mean? It was a style more so than the name, and but it was. I guess the style fit the name. Yeah, right. Yeah,
Right. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. You've had so many styles and transitions over the years. It just makes it
yeah,
really interesting because of your resume being so long.
man. Yeah, it's like a long and mighty walk, like John Henry Clark said, right? Yo, you know what I'm saying? That's why I tell him it's a marathon. Like, shorties want to rap. I say, man, if you're gonna quit after 4 years, man, don't even do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is culture, bro. You know what I mean? And this is like the culture will always outlive the industry, no
Yep.
doubt. Yeah.
Yep. That's true. That's true. That's true. So you mentioned also that you had a group with Taco, uh, FIO. So
Right.
that was Figure It Out, correct?
Exactly. Right. Yeah, that
Okay.
was that was a writing crew and that was our crew for a while. In fact, when we first started, it was like Cold Chiller Crew, right? CCC. It was me, Taco Bops, Flame Rock, and Chaz Rock. You know what I mean? Uh, Flame had moved to the south side, so it left like me, Bops, and Chaz. 3D joined us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then we became MCO, Mic Controllers Only. So it's me, Chaz, and 3D, and Bops, right? Uh, the 3D leave and Chaz leave, it's just me and Bops. You know what I'm saying? So then it becomes FIO. Uh, we get my man Jello Gel, Rockbox, Beat Tracks. There was two beat. We had two beat boxes. Bops was a DJ, and I had another MC with me, Jello Gel, and that was FIO. You know what I'm saying? And we had, man, we used to do shows and like our beatboxers to do all the house beats, right? So after we would do everything, they would come on with that boom. They was like two turntables. They would do the mix from their mouth. You know what I'm saying? Back and forth. You know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying? So that was that was basically the FIO crew, but the core remained intact. Like me and Bops, piece of Jello Gel, you know what I'm saying? May he rest powerfully, you know what I'm saying? He transitioned on, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was basically the core of everything. And then from that, you know what I'm saying? We continue to move as a unit, you know what I'm saying? Definitely.
Nice.
Mhm.
Nice. Nice. What were some of the other main clubs or places that y'all had when y'all rocked the party on the west side?
Oh man. Uh One of the main ones was La Follette Park. It was always kind of like the park districts. They would allow us to get out. La Follette Park, Austin Town Hall, you know what I'm saying? they had another one. They had another one out west. I forgot the name, man. You gotta forgive me. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? It was a number of places where we, Garfield Park. You know what I mean? All of those places we could get down, and then on the south side, the Hummingbird. You know what I'm saying? The Blue Gargoyle. You know, so we was all over the place like that. You know, and that's what really, man, like hip hop for me allowed me to interact with different cultures, you know what I'm saying, and different sides of town where, you might not see a cat from my neighborhood on the south side or the north side or, wherever uptown, wherever, the case might be. Through hip hop, you'll find that, you know what I mean? And Upski, you know what I'm saying? I remember the first time I brought him in my house, my grandma was like, "Who is that?" You know what I mean? You know? So you know what I mean? Yeah, it was, but yeah, so I mean it gave us a chance to get out, man, and do a lot of what we did, and it was fun, man. That was the thing. It was almost like the true school for us because we wasn't really looking uh, to do I mean, of course we knew it was possible to do records, you know, but we was looking for the respect, the reputation, uh the girls, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
That type
yeah,
of thing. And so, that's when the cruise came, the cruise was like valuable for that reason, And
yeah,
so, yeah, it
yeah. All
was a
right.
fun time.
Okay. So now I got one question for you here on this one. So describe to the viewers what it was like after you guys formed the FIO crew and
Hmm.
you rocking with the crew, rocking with Taco Bops and the other members. But then when Taco came up with this project and he approached you and the rest of the team about being a part of it, where this whole emergence of what became known as hip house, how was that like during that moment when he came to you with that?
Actually, man, you know, for me, like Bops, and this is to his credit, is more of a visionary than myself. You know what I'm saying? In that fashion, like he'll be like, man, look, this can go. You know what I'm saying? And so forth. And I'll be like, nah, man, this is hip hop. I'm a traditionalist, a
Right.
purist, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was, but I mean, for him, it was somewhere he was people don't really understand like what he means to Chicago hip hop,
Hmm.
you know. Um Basically, man, Ramoski was a guy that really, used to he was a guy that he was an assistant for Doug Banks. You know what I mean? And Bops would call him daily. You know what I mean? He would get, because Bops was getting a record pool. So we was getting like things like, you know what I'm saying, My Melody and other things like way before radio would get them because they wasn't playing it no way. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And so, he was putting them on to a lot of that shit, man. And when and then Bops eventually started working for JM 1390. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, he's basically the foundation of hip hop being on the radio in Chicago. Because when they needed to do it, when they knew that they had to play rap, then they went to Ramoski
Hmm.
because he was the only one that knew and had been there. You know what I'm saying? Enough about it to even take it on. You know what I'm saying? So without Bops feeding him that and being on the scene and making sure he understood what culture was, you understand me? You don't have the rap down as we had it and have hip hop on the radio in Chicago. You gotta think they wouldn't even play it. You know what I'm saying? Like early '80s, they would play, you know, top three groups, whatever. Run
Hmm.
DMC, Fat Boys, Curtis Blow, whatever. But insofar as, you know, what we was hearing, you know what I mean? The underground, ultramagnetic KRS, you know, they wouldn't, you know, and he put them on to that. So that's big ups to my man for that. And he deserves a lot of credit, you know.
Much love, much love, much
Definitely.
love. So hey, listen, let's you know, it's good to hear all these facts and stories and back end information. But let's take a look at one of your videos, and you'll have you discuss it a little bit afterward. This is the one called "Ice on the Ground."
This is an Alizé exclusive.
Welcome to Chicago, a gangster city.
This is the town. I live in the poor town. They say this is a big rich town, but I live in the poorest part. I know I'm on a dead end street in a city without a heart. I learned to fight before I was 6. The only way I could get along. When you're raised on a dead end street, you gotta be tough and strong.
Political corruption, mob murders, abductions, young shooters with instructions, blue and whites with computers and assumptions, polluted with dumb shit, drug loot in my circumference, teenage cutie without a conscience, send booty out in garages, activists play the movie out to Congress to no avail, wops move pot of wholesale, get popped at the motel, stepping course up top lawyer at they coattail, probation when they post bail, you wake up to a cold cell, 2 dummies fighting over oatmeal, every nigga story's a ghost tale, full of evil shit the courts won't tell, gangster city, dangerous having pranks is with me, I walk with riders and young guns, hoes with stun guns, fofos and dum-dums, my inner circle the gods, collect paper in a lump sum, that's a cloth I'm cut from, my niggas move on hot one, nothing but love, I bond sacred like the Mars, nigga.
I learned to fight before I was 6. The only way I could get along. When you're raised on a dead end street, you gotta be tough and strong.
When you up and known, the love is strong. Game and bullshit is the comfort zone. See who's who when your luck is gone. Follow your paper trail, fuck them hoes. Graveyard shift, fuck new clothes. Fuck new friends and fuck new foes. Depend on self, trust your goal. Let no hater touch your soul. Best product is the hustle code. Get shot up if your nuts is swole. Killers stay humble, drugs get sold. Lames talk too much and then get stole. Carry your jacket, it might get cold. Slugs come back at night tenfold. Fuck that work up, that's a big no. Live by the code, you might get old.
They say this is a big rich town, but I live in the poorest part. I know I'm on a dead end street in a city without a heart. I learned to fight before I was 6. The only way I could get along. When you're raised on a dead end street, you gotta be tough and strong.
It's multiple strategy, gotta change your tactics every 3 months. Got married to the game with no prenup. Slow niggas hustle for peanuts. Then killers come home and get isolated. Don't let them get money, they whisper. The result is that blow tip getting stuck up by the week before Christmas. Loud cats get bit by listeners. Heard him talking slick from a distance. His door flew open, he shit on himself. His 3 niggas whipped him with pistols. Young players with pimping potential. All they need is to find this official. Real Max take a chick with some issues. Turn him into a top bitch with credentials. Gangster city.
They say this is a big rich town, but I live in the poorest part. I know I'm on a dead end street in a city without a heart. I learned to fight before I was 6. The only way I could get along. When you're raised on a dead end street, you gotta be tough and strong.
Alizé banger.
Hey, brother, Chicago Threez. Actually, let's go right into another video, man. Let's check another one out.
Father, direct us through your flawless wisdom. Swear I seen too many killings and wasted lives. Couldn't turn my face aside. First murder, age 5, with days dies. Watching genius turn dope fiend. Triple his age by 5. 29, looking every day at 45. And promise that wherever I went, my hood would be right behind. Sincerely yours, Chicago Threez, dotted line. It's mine, betrayal make the greatest movements fail. Where Elijah reformed convicts and prostitutes in jail. Hoover's administration bought Malcolm's assassination. Discussing JFK with Dagos in high places. Where it's known at one look if you're slow to the vibration. When it's hot, hustlers hold to the book, rely on patience. When Emmett Till said last goodbyes at the train station. Police seen his decomposed face and remain racist. Corruption in City Hall, headlines, sometimes paper. Political hires, fires, indictments, and skyscrapers. Where the Panthers got raided. Fred Hampton died bravely. Scandals that never stop. Should've placed the wire on daily. Dark and deadly blocks like black voodoo from Haiti. Narcs hit every spot like crack juice in the 80s. Sergeants on the clock, extorting dudes on the Lake Creek. In apartments with Glocks, taking drugs, jewels, and late fees. Police district, blowing disease inflicted. Thrown in the streets evicted, she's home for weeks infected. Arabs negotiate with cliques for street protection. And when you speak the West Side War, it's a feature section. Rats the size of footballs and 10-foot walls. Run across your bed at night, have you shifting your drawers. Coke money supports the house, shorty cooking up raw. Accustomed to the courts, you should write a book on the law. Stay away and Robert Timber, Motown and King Clyde. North Pole, Holy City, and Ronnie Parkside.
Wow. Interesting project. Hey, can you give us a summary of that particular video? You know what I'm saying? That was interesting.
Right. I was very interested in doing a Chicago. Actually, Curtis Mayfield is really the root of it all. You know what I mean? And who I say is like my musical father. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he's just a phenomenal musician and composer, but more so the message, you know, do it for me. So that song Other Side was one of the songs that always kind of hit me to the core, you know, and was one of the I was always looking like, you know what, you know what I'm saying? I think I might use it. I was on the cusp of using it, or I don't know if I, you know, and then I said, you know what, forget it, you know. I gave it to Riot, you know what I mean? I said, bro, you got to do this for me. When he came back, I had to do it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And so, you know, in the spirit of his tradition, I wanted to cover a lot of societal ills that we as Black Chicago and as Black America endure. You know, on a daily basis. You know, in those places where you know, we're forgetting about you know, there's extreme poverty and a host of other societal ailments. You know what I mean? And at the same token, you know, I wanted to be you know, lyrical, you know, and tell a story you know, give a visualization at the same time, and then educate. You know what I mean? So I go back to Kool Moe Dee when he talks about the MC trilogy, when he talks about himself, Grandmaster Caz, and Melly Mel being the trilogy. You know, the three masters,
Yes.
and you know you would get those three all the time. You know what I mean? So what Threez kind of represents is uh, the attempt to embody all three of those masters, you know, and those styles. So you hear, you know what I mean, wordplay. You hear, you know, punchlines and other songs. You hear songs where I'm going like that, punchlines and wordplay. You know, I ain't get too much into it. You know what I mean? Like I'm like Rah. You know what I'm saying? Niggas will be on your shit. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know, my thing is like, you know, keeping in that tradition. Okay, well, these are the three masters, and this is the standard from generation to generation by which, you know what I'm saying, we hold uh MCing or the art form. Well, then why not embody all of those? You know, this is what Threez is. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that's what I was, you know, trying to, you know what I'm saying, uh, you know, embody with that. You know what I'm saying? It was, you know, the other side, you know.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Curtis just took it for a ride. Hey Jam, big up to JMD, man. But how he flipped that, man. He flipped the Curtis, man. It was just that's phenomenal.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Chicago
Yeah,
artists working together, man. And then
no doubt.
you had the ice on the ground.
Right, right. That's another one. That's Lou Rawls, man. Another Chicago soul artist, you know what I mean? And that's a song that he made about Chicago, you know.
Mm.
He starts the monologue. He says, I was born in the city called the Windy City. They call it the Windy City because of the Hawk, you know. And so they say this is a big rich town. So, you know, it carried in the tradition of the ancestors, you know. We 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 envelop that, you know what I'm saying, and you know, we add on what we add on, and you know, we perpetuate the message, you know, and ice on the ground, bro. You know, like Curtis says, he says, bite your lip and take a trip. Though there may be wet road ahead and you cannot slip. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta keep going, you know. There's ice on the ground, you know what I'm saying? But you can't slip. You know what I'm saying?
Nice, nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's very actually commendable, bro. To kind of do really kind of like do your own style and flavor of the song, but almost as a tribute to Lou Rawls, you know, and you know, what's his name? What's the other guy's name?
Curtis Mayfield.
Curtis Mayfield.
Yeah.
So you know, because they were also Chicago natives, and again,
Yeah.
Chicago, you know, has a long history of creative talent.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. You know, and I'm talking about from day one. You know, like, you know, it's so many. There's so many
Right.
staple singers. I met Mavis Staples, man, you know, and she told me a story about meeting Dr. King, you know, with her and her sisters and Pop Staples. How they was playing the Chitlin circuit in Birmingham. And she met Dr. And you know, Pops wanted to go and hear Dr. King because he had been hearing about him. I think it was 1961, 62, something like that. And so they went, heard his service, and afterwards they shook his hand. They went out to the car. She said Pop stayed with him and, you know, talked to him. So afterwards he gets in the car, they drive off, and she said, Pop says, you know what? I really like this guy, you know, and I like his message. And if he can preach it, I know well we can sing it. And that was the beginning of like the freedom songs, you know.
Mm.
So right there,
Wow.
Chicago, you know what I mean? You know, ain't gonna let nobody turn me around and why I'm treated so bad, and you know all of these things were birthed out of that meeting with Dr. King and the Staple Singers, you know, Sam Cooke,
Okay.
You know, just yeah. We can go back, bro.
I love it. Hey, let's go right into another video. This one is entitled Ice Cream.
Wanna fight? Want some more my style? Fight me. We came here to battle.
Bruce Lee in the mix, right here, RYC Live. Tell me, I did not just beat him.
You're pretty good.
Sunday and shit. And give me a banana split here for the lady. Your girl love me like your kids love me like I'm in your fridge like I got the summer like your girl love me like your kids love me like I'm in your fridge like I flow butter pecan double scoop, black Lex bubble coupe, hustle in the wintertime, pint of yak bubble goose, floss in the summertime, ice pack rum and juice. I'm a big fucking deal like Andre discovered Snoop. You kiss your girl and it smells like rubber soup. Fill up every hole she got, call her Miss Cover 2. Hate to see me coming like the Department of Revenue. Lucky make the heifer do what she swore she never do. I'm in them spots with some crooks from the avenue. Shy Rock's own, I got more moves than Shabba do. Heights call me Flintstone once they buy a bag or two. Crack so fire, got them singing Yabba Dabba Doo. Flip cane like them Kappa 5 Kappa dudes. Fuck A&Rs with them Hollywood attitudes. I don't run for hoes, why the fuck would I run after dudes? You ain't gotta put me on, buy my shit gratitude. Your girl love me like your kids love me like I'm in your fridge like I got the summer like.
Remember the ice cream man used to come to town when you was little? And no matter what you was doing, you would stop and lose your fucking mind.
Polygamous like King Solomon, chicks Neapolitan, honeybees modeling, on their knees swallowing. Bump the genealogist that work in city colleges. Says she love porn, but can never be a part of it. Nights in my crib brought her completely up out of it. Won't go into detail, except we did a lot of shit. I'm the hottest lick, like a Tupac in a cider pick. Rappers want a politic, fuck them all in outer big. Super thugs know, luck and shoot like Stojakovic. Love 380 before 4 is my bottom bitch. Spit M16s through flesh and cartilage. You Al Green out of pitch, hot pot of grits. Block bitch a few dimes and a lot of nicks. I don't follow shit, I do me like a Protestant. Lames got you stuck like nigga who you got us with. Rather sell snow cones on my own out the whip. Your girl love me like your kids love me like I'm in your fridge like I got the summer like.
Ice cream man always drove extra block. And I know he's serious and shit. But I think he just be involved with his friends and watch me how fast I make these motherfuckers run.
That shit, I'm known to make it reindeer. Flied in the bitch like one of Santa reindeers. Chillin' in your girl crib, digging in your freezer. Can I find the ice cream? I'ma tell your girl I need her. Kiss her on the neck and then put her on the counter. Call me white Peter, yeah, that's how I'm a pounder. When it come to my dick, she chug me, I down her. Have her ass woozy like she popped a couple downers. Ian is that nigga cause the chance gave me. Off the strip day that I fuck with Shy Rock, crazy. I dress like a white kid but my swag so urban. Kill you if I had to, my mentality is turban. Everybody love me, my status is ice cream. Comma Club, FFG, on us a nice team. Cold shit, no crap, this is not a dice game. Fuck T-Dash, man, I think I got a new name.
Your girl love me like your kids love me like I'm in your fridge like I got the summer like.
Your mother got a wood leg with a kickstand, motherfucker. Your mother got a mouth in the back of her neck making the bitch chew like this.
I am he who came into being. I am he who came into being in the form of the infinite power of manifestation. I became the creator of what came into being. After my coming into being, many were the things which came into being. Coming forth from my mouth, words of power. Not existed heaven, not existed earth, not had been created the things of the earth, and the creeping things in that place. I raised them out of new, formless consciousness, will, energy, and matter from the state of inactivity. Not found I a place to stand wherein. I radiated words of power with my will. I laid a foundation of the law, Ma'at, and I made all attributes. I was alone, for not had I emitted Shu, Yang energy, neither had I emitted Tefnut, Yin energy. Not existed another who worked with me. I made the foundation by means of my will, and they came into being the multitude of things. I became from God one, God's three. That is from out of myself. King Osiris, Book of Knowing the Manifestations of Ra, 2500 BC.
And I dream, 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 and I dream.
You didn't listen when you warned yourself. The result brought misfortune on yourself. Wrong thoughts and moves, you ignored help. Lost your cool, it cost you a forward step. Off every dollar, should have been a quarter kept. Better father, you ain't called your daughter yet. Grudges harbored, spirit can't afford the debt. Now you're bothered with issues and more regrets. Life gets harder, miscues, ignore threats. Blame your father, but it's you and yours to check. Drinking's a problem, sip booze to lower stress. It's too often it dips to the lower depths. Use caution, your dip's a little Corvette. Some friends are false ones and flip when it's more to get. It's been costly, you slipped on a forward mess. But God is awesome, lifting you towards your best. Move, pray, dream, think. 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 Move, pray, dream. Need to future self, take a minute, salute yourself. Household name, but still introduce yourself. Outpour's a big name that can use your help. On Curtis may feel right and produce yourself. Now the play's real, lights on a boosted shelf. Got your plate filled, time to recruit some help. And the date sealed, graduation June 12. It's your plate filled, congratulations, do it well. Benefits of meditation, who can tell? Interventions, revelations, truth prevails. Analytics say mid-age and youthful cells. Silent critics, you sit where to do as well. Accolades, investments, you grew so well. Young faces impressed, now you're moving scales. Hate mongers, wish you was doomed to fail. Fortitude proof otherwise, cool as hell. Move, pray, dream, think. 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 Move, pray, dream. Your present self, take the struggle with the pleasant felt. Every second among us is a treasure dealt. Appreciate rare moments, spread your wealth. Depreciate your opponents, measure health. Take a deep breath, own it, pledge yourself. Next 3 steps a bonus, prepare yourself. With every rep, you're stronger, aware, built. Ready, set, now on to your better self. Think, move, pray, dream, think. 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 Move, pray, dream.
Yeah. Welcome back to the RYC Live show. This is Artistic, your host for the Throwback Thursday, and we have just been watching Chicago Threez video. That last video was what's it? Osiris. Yeah, very, very genius too. And then the one prior to that was Ice Cream, which was another genius. I really like that insert with Eddie Murphy. Just hilarious, but also, it had a lot of ingenuity behind that one and this second one, the last one that we watched, Osiris. That one was deep meaning, you know what I'm saying? A lot of intricacies to it, you know what I'm saying? Got our homeboy Silence representing, aka Taco Bops, you know what I'm saying? So good representation. You know, so hey man, we've come to the end and already have run out of time. But bro, it's always a pleasure and an honor to talk to you and hear any of your history. You always get little nuggets every time you speak. And man, what would you like to say in conclusion to any up and coming artists? What's your word of advice to them?
Do this with, or don't do it. This has to be something that you do, whether you got $1 million in your account or $10 in your, you know what I'm saying? Money can't determine your love or passion for this culture and these art forms. So I would say that, learn the history of it and become obsessed with it. When you become obsessed with it, that's when you know it's for you. You know what I mean?
Word.
Yeah.
Well, hey, listen, we look forward to having you back again in the near future. But unfortunately, this is the end of the show. And we'd like to just say thank everyone for watching. Once again, don't forget to tune in tomorrow night to the Uncut Live show with our homeboy, Mr. RYC Live himself at 12 a.m. And hey, we do what we do each and every week on Thursday and Friday. And we're going to have some new shows coming real soon. So next week, we'll be back next Thursday at 8 p.m. with our homeboy and legend, Mr. Black Ice, one of the legends of Chicago hip hop. So be ready for that next week. Until next week, y'all, peace out. I'm Artistic, and don't forget to rep this city.
Peace.
Okay.
Shine rock.
Let me see the mic. Give me the mic. Rep your city. I got you. Rep your city. I'm gonna tell you how mine. Rep your city. Rep your city. Rep your city. Okay.
The interesting thing about when we do these shows, because we have an interchange of knowledge being given to each other, and and that's what it's all about.
How do you feel about how Twin Cities support their local artists?
Hey, now, are you getting ready to go out, or are you going to bed?
No, this is for y'all. I did all of this for y'all. I did all of this for y'all. I got cute for y'all. This is an uncut interview, so I figured I would be kind of sexy in my little robe, feeling myself.
To the RIC Live. If you feel good, put your hands up high. And if you rep the hood in the city, this is your joint right here. No lie. Welcome to the RIC Live. If you feel